Bingo! Perfect timing. How's everybody doing this evening or this morning for you folks on the dark side of the world? Gonna do a little night stream tonight. It's 5:15. I think I said I was gonna do it at 6 o'clock on the calendar, but you know, I was ready-ish enough, and I don't know how long it's gonna take, so we're starting early. That cute little blue spot over there is my big boy Jackson. He is working on his soldering skills over there. So if you hear any screams of pain or deep sighs, that's just him. All right, Yoke, you the man. How many months did that say? Was it 2 months? Do you like unicorns or planes? So unicorns or planes. In the meantime, I'll have some Dr. Pepper. Reese says Bitwarden, because that's what Reese always says. And what does DrZzs always say when Reese says Bitwarden? No, someday, dude, someday. But no, I think everybody's been really excited about, and rightfully so, really excited about this. What are we going to call her? What did Keaton call her? Lady A. He called her Lady A. I've been saying Betty and stuff like that. So good for me either. Paul Hibbert mentioned, yes, we can talk about that too. Anyways, so this actionable notifications with Lady A, right? This is for you, Yolk. So, a lot of people have been having troubles. All right, thank you, source. Oh, a source unknown. That sounds like Keaton. Lady in a tube, maybe. Genie in a bottle. She's my genie in a bottle. Oh, Reese, you have Google Home. You don't care. Well, I'm sorry. I bet you somebody's got the skills to make it happen for Google Home as well. I bet you they do. And with as much attention as this is getting in such a short period of time. All right. Thank you, Manuel, etc. Manuel Gopar and all. I think the work on it to get it working in Google Home is not going to be too far behind. That's my guesstimation. All right, man. We're just banging out subscribers like nobody's business. Thank you, fellas. So, but a lot of people have had trouble when it comes to setting up this skill for Our Lady in the Bottle, especially with the part that requires you to connect your new skill, your Amazon Echo skill that you create, with your Home Assistant instance. I think everybody seems to be getting the rest of the stuff right for the most part, but that's been a real stumbling block. So I thought, what the heck, let's get on here and let's talk about it, and let's look at different situations, and let's make sure that everybody knows what they need to do. I am still finishing setting up this one more little bit of doodad here for the stream, and then you will have my undivided attention. Which, by the way, oh, that reminds me, there is a command. I don't know if Violent Pooh or Sir Goodenough or who else has been working on this with us? I think it's Mark, one of the Marks. In order to help stay focused during the streams, we have an ask command, and I believe it's the little tilde, the little wave, and ask. And then whatever you type after that, it will go in a live chat question channel on Discord. And it will help me if I know, okay, there's times when I'm going to answer questions now, and I'll go there and look at those questions. Or maybe some of the mods can look in there for questions, or they can take somebody's question that they thought was good and put it in there. That way I don't just constantly jump from topic to topic and question to question. It's going to be hard for me to relearn how to do it. And I want to take some breaks from time to time in a topic to go ahead and answer whatever questions or talk about whatever crazy thing comes along. I mean, the squirrel is the mascot of this stream for a reason. So anyways, be aware that if you want to ask a question that's not related to what we're talking about, if you're asking a question about what we're talking about, no problem. Just type it in there. But if you want to ask a question that's, totally off topic, that's great. It's okay. And I want people to be able to come here and ask those questions. Put that little tilde and ask. Your question will still show up in chat, but it will also get copied over to the live chat question channel where I can see it and the mods can see it and we can look at it, right? You like it because I do actually pay attention and look at the chat, Reese. I can't stop looking at the chat. I just am not going to let myself kind of run away with off-topic questions and go on minute sidetracks as often, right? That's my plan. Let me know if that works, Ikafar. Let me know if it works, buddy. All right, we got John C. from Oz. How many people do we have from the dark side of the world? You guys okay if I call it that? I'm not going to be offensive. I think it's fun. Oh, what? Middle of the night in the UK. I didn't think you guys would be on too much, those you UKers. So thanks for being here, Masij. Yeah, I was looking at the schedule. I had to work yesterday. I had to work today. I have to work tomorrow and I have to work Friday. And I'm not going to be home in the evening tomorrow. And I'm not going to be home in the evening on Friday. So I wasn't going to be able to stream again until Saturday. And this topic was just too hot, too important. So I wanted to stream now to talk about it. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're here. All right. Wow. We'll work on that after. So, there, Jackson just sighed really loud and dropped the soldering iron. So I think he may have.
It was an X-Acto knife. I'm not dead.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. It's just a razor blade. Okay, no problem. All right. Oz Rodent is also here from Oz. Skillful Sheep is here. Fantastic. What's your favorite color? Did that one go to the Discord chat? I tried in Discord, didn't work either. Oh, really? Bummer. Okay, well, it's a process. We'll get it working. Stefan McKillen, how you doing, buddy? So nice to see you. So nice to see you. And Brendan, thank you for being here, Brendan. Icaro, Mark Sutton, of course, is here. Mark and Sutton. As the channel grows, it makes sense. It does make sense, right? I mean, we have to have some fun and allow a little bit of squirreling, but it's also very it's much more effective and digestible and easier for new people if we aren't doing too much squirreling. So I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Did I place my order today? No, I didn't yet, Tech Turtle. I did not. Tech Turtle's asking me about LED lights and I'm going to. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So let me get right to the point here. So we've been talking about this. Man, that's still updating. That's too bad. We've been talking about this Amazon Echo new feature that we have available to us through because of Keaton and his wonderful work and Alan, where we can set up the lady in the bottle to respond to an internal trigger from Home Assistant. Time of day, people home, not home, lights being left on for a certain period of time, motion in a certain part of the house, whatever. You can trigger her to respond from something in Home Assistant. So you don't have to say the wake word. You can just set the trigger in Home Assistant to say, when I come in my office for the first time in the morning, I want her to say, "Good morning. Would you like me to turn the lights on?" Something like that. So that's what this new actionable notifications skill is all about. And right now, to get it to work, you need to use, look at that's all we've been talking about lately. Right now to get it, first action. Wait, that's not it. Oh, no, it is it. That's just the wrong page of it. So that was it. Come on now. The part that people are having trouble with, in order to do this, you have to set up a skill in an Amazon Echo skill as a developer. You have to basically pretend to be a developer to set up this process. And when you do that, you have to link your instance of Home Assistant to Amazon's developer server platform, whatever you want to call it, however you want to say it. They need that access that you provide to be externally accessible, so that if you were to just go to a public library, sit down at one of their computers and type in whatever URL you've designated previously, you could get to your Home Assistant login page. Okay. So if you only access Home Assistant internally inside your house, unfortunately, you can't use this. Sorry. Right now, there's no way around that. Will there be someday? Probably not with an internal only connection. There might be some easier ways to set up external connections, and there are already some definite workable ways to do it. Nabu Casa, of course, is one, but if you use DuckDNS with Let's Encrypt, or there's probably others, they should work. But you need to be able to. You could just type in your public IP address for your home network if you've opened a port and pointed it to Home Assistant. That would work. It's not the best way to do it. The reason it's not the best way to do it mostly is because your public IP address can change. That's why something like DuckDNS is nice, because that will update the URL. So for DuckDNS, you put in, DrZzs.duckdns.com, and you say I want that to point to my home network public IP address. And then if your home public IP address changes, DuckDNS will update it. So no matter what it changes to, no matter what your home IP address changes to, DuckDNS will keep the connection the same between DrZzs at DrZzs.duckdns.com will be the same, and it'll still point to my Home Assistant. All right. Does that make sense? Let me read a couple of comments here, and then we'll move on to the next point. So point number 1 is it has to be. Let me do this for Violent Poo. So point number 1 is your Home Assistant instance has got to be accessible externally. It's got to be accessible through the internet from, like I said, a library public computer. If you type in whatever your URL for Home Assistant is, you'll get a Home Assistant login page. That's a requirement. If you can't do that, you're turning on your computer now. All right, Violent Poo is going to be here. Good. If you can't do that from outside your home network, then you're not going to be able to get this to work. Reese says, and I know somebody else has this situation as well, so maybe I think Ikafar does. Good. And Ikafar also says, and that we could call that point number 2, it needs to be secure. It needs to be encrypted. I don't know if there's ways around it or not, but basically if you I'm just going to say it this way. There's no reason why you would want to access your Home Assistant instance and put in your passwords or anything else and not have it encrypted. So whether it's possible or not really important. It's not smart. I've done it before I knew better. And so I'm going to not tell anybody else that that's the right way to do it, because it's not. What you really should be doing is using encryption of one way or another. Nabu Casa is one way, and it's easy, but it costs money. There are other ways that don't cost money. Thank you, baby. Yes, I did see the new Paul Hibbert video, and yes, I have already been chatting with Paul, and I'm very excited. We're going to have a little collaboration. It's going to be a lot of fun. Someone can Wireshark your password. That's exactly right, Reese. If you're not using encryption, especially if you're like at a coffee shop or McDonald's or something, and you're accessing your Home Assistant URL without encryption, and you type in your password, anybody who knows what they're doing can snag your password in plain text and put it in someplace else. So it has to be HTTPS, which is encryption. Okay. What else was it? All right, finally here. Good. Dr. Pepper. Hey, Webb, how's it going? Actions the other day already, getting it to ask to turn the lights on or off. It doesn't see motion for 10 minutes. Loads of scope for other stuff. Isn't that true, Brendan? And remember, all you guys who are working on this, who've got it working, there's a Discord channel. There's a Discord channel for this actionable notifications with the genie in the bottle. So put your ideas or put the things that you do in there. Or you can also go right to this wiki, and I believe you can edit, or you can propose edits. Yeah. So you can propose edits to this examples. So if you want to list your example of how you got it to do what like what Brendan just said, go in here and just click edit, and then you can type in your example. And we want this full. We want to put a bunch of these examples in here so that we can go there and get ideas from each other. Because there's so much potential that it's hard to like focus on what is it that I really want to do. And I didn't even think about that thing that guy did, So put some examples in there. Make it simple. Use Nabukasa. Try free for a month. Nabukasa is definitely easy. And then Stefan, you said I want to answer your question because it has to be HTTPS/URL. Yes. Melcian says that. Yes, that is very, very true. Thank you for, yes, are you guys thanking Keaton? Thank Keaton, Mech Mix. Thank Keaton. I don't know if he's here yet. He might be here. I was just chatting with him. All right, Shaping Things is rating. How's it going, everybody? Is it Jared? Is that your name? Shaping the Silence? How's it going, man? Thank you for being here. Oh, and we did get a Mac subscription with Twitch Prime. Fantastic. Do you like Unicorns Are Planes? Sure, Unicorns Are Planes. Raid! Woo! Well, welcome, everybody. Welcome. Let me go back for a second and sum up what we're doing for you Shaping the Silence fellas. So we do a lot, me and the dudes that you see here in this chat and on my stream, we do a lot of home automation. And it's almost all like kind of DIY home automation. So, it's one thing to buy a switch and connect it up and hook it up to your Amazon Echo and tell the lights to turn on and off. That's great. Very good. Nothing wrong with it. A lot of us, what we do is we'll buy a switch, we'll pry it open, we'll flash some different firmware on it, we'll bend it to our will. Hold on, I need this. And then disconnect from the cloud and, host things local only control and do a lot of those sort of, I don't know if it's tin hat kind of stuff, but anyways, you get where I'm going. So that's what we do. We do a lot of DIY home automation stuff. So welcome. Thanks for being here. And I know our buddy Shaping the Silence is he's got some pretty cool projects. So there's a lot of stuff that, with little circuit boards, with Arduino type code. Of course, there's a lot of 3D printing, and there's a lot of LED lights that goes into all this as well. So, and what we are doing specifically tonight is we're dealing with a new feature that one of our good amigos, Keaton, made possible for us, and that is Amazon Echo actionable notifications. So to explain what that is, if you want, so say, a good example is, say your door is open. You have a sensor on your door. Sorry, I got to raid and run. Have a good night, man. No problems. Thank you very much. See you around. So let's say your door is open. The back door is open. You have a sensor on the door. When the back door opens, Home Assistant, which is our sort of smart home hub that all of us pretty much use, it'll know how long it's been open. And say after it's open for whatever minutes you set, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, it will check to see if the air conditioning's on. And if your air conditioning's on and your back door's open, you can have she who shall not be named say, "Hey, dummy, your back door's open." That sounds funny. Anyways, she can say, "Hey, dummy, your back door's open and your air conditioning's on. Would you like me to turn off the air conditioning? Because maybe you open the back door because it's cool outside." And then if you just say yes to her question, she can turn off the air conditioning. So that's a new feature that we're just barely getting to start to play with in the last few days. So what I'm working on tonight is helping people understand what they need to do in order to make that happen, in order to make that work. Okay. So now we've backed up. So can we do this with Google Home, Melcian? Right now, not in a way that I know of. So my guess is it is possible, but it will take somebody like Keaton, who has that depth of knowledge with Google Home, to be able to draw out that functionality and package it in a way that we can use it with Home Assistant. That's what Keaton has done with Amazon Echo. But until somebody does it with Google Home and forms that process for us to be able to attach to those functions, right now it doesn't happen. Certainly it's not as easy. Somebody has to dig in there and figure that out, okay? What should be the notification? The wife prefers Google. Oh, Daniel. You know what? I have Google Home Hub up here, and the wife has Echo Show downstairs, and she likes her Echo Show, and I like my Google Home. But I also have, the genie in the bottle over here as well. Okay, got this going last night. Thanks for your previous streams. Possibilities are endless. Fantastic. I have DuckDNS working, but I don't know where to go from here to have HTTPS. Okay, Luca, very good question. Let me. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that. Dang, this is still integrating. Okay. So probably the best way to do it, and I am unfortunately not capable at the moment of giving you, man, our heater's turned on, of giving you a thorough explanation and tutorial on DuckDNS and Let's Encrypt add-on. But you can, that's how you can do it. So that's one way to do it. And then I want to try another way that I think might work, but I'm not 100% sure. So in the are you using DuckDNS here as in the add-on? Because this add-on will give you the free dynamic DNS. So that's, DrZzs at duckdns.com. And with the Let's Encrypt support. So I don't know if this gives you the Let's Encrypt token. Oh, yes, it does. This add-on includes support for Let's Encrypt and automatically creates and renews your certificates. So if you access Home Assistant by setting up DuckDNS through this add-on, then you will have encryption, and you can use this functionality with Amazon Echo. Okay. I was just going to say that. Oh, good. Frank's add-on works best. Nginx proxy manager is fantastic. That's where I was just going to go, Stephen. That's where I was just going to go. Now, and to clarify, that Nginx manager, that Frank's add-on, it will create you a domain, or you can use a domain, a dynamic domain that will adjust itself based on your public IP address, and it will provide encryption. Is that true? Miles here. Oh, fantastic. Ikafar says, I really like Nginx. I've got it open here, and my thought was we would go through it, and I would do it like without training wheels. Like I'd do it without Frank or without Whiskers or anybody. If we get stuck, if I can't follow the instructions, and I've got you guys, and you guys can sort it out. But shout out 1mTech's tutorial for DuckDNS. Great idea. Great idea. 1mTech, who's another dude that I have made contact with and I want to do collaboration with. He has, if you do exclamation point WAN in the chat, you should get a link to his channel. Everything's really slow. I'm assuming that like kids are playing Xbox and I'm streaming, and there's just like our poor internet is just screaming for mercy right now. For those with Core, the Let's Encrypt Docker has Nginx built in. Fantastic. Nginx Manager, you see a GIF with instructions, makes it really easy. That's where I was going at. That's where I was going, Milano. That's where I was going, buddy. All you need is port forward for Nginx. Perfect. Just the Nginx Manager. Do you know if there is something like this for Google Mini? Not yet, Nuno. Not yet. But maybe someday somebody will get it done, and probably soon. I can do it. Thank you, Ikafar. Ikafar believes in me. If I can't do it, it'll sure be funny. It'll be funny for a couple reasons. One, it'll be funny because I'll mess up and you guys can laugh at me. But I will be laughing too because I know that you guys who know how to do it and for you how easy it would be is you're going to be screaming at your computers. You idiot! It's right there. Click the thing. You're going to be screaming at your computers and probably throwing things. So that reminds me, I need to have some DrZzs stress balls made. I touched my face. You can have some DrZzs stress balls that you guys can throw at your computer screens and not worry about breaking them. All right, let's find does he have a new Let's Encrypt DuckDNS one? Remote access. This is a year old. Probably still pretty good. May have changed a little bit. I don't know if he used an add-on for this or if he set it up manually. It may be different. Okay, but here you go. Go see Juan for setting up that part. All right. So let's mark her again. So we've established then that you need to have encryption and you need to have external access. There's, I would say, 3 good ways that I know of to get that. One is Nabu Casa. If you want to support Home Assistant and pay $5 a month, Nabu Casa works great. It's very easy. That's what I do. Done. If you don't, there's this DuckDNS Let's Encrypt combo that will do the same thing. It will give you an external access to your Home Assistant, and it will be encrypted. Bingo, beautiful. And then Nginx, right? It says outdated in the description. Well, there you go then. But it'll give you some idea. You'll get some of parts of the steps, but maybe we'll update it on a stream here shortly. Maybe not today. But then the third option would be Nginx, and that one we'll go through tonight. Okay. So we're gonna talk about those. Before we do that, let me go back to one more thing. All right, Edward, thank you very much. I'm sorry I've missed so many people subscribing, so we're just gonna throw some unicorns out there. All right. Okay. Another thing that you need. So we just said you need, in order to be able to use this skill and connect it to Home Assistant, it needs to be encrypted. It needs to be accessible from outside of from the internet, from the outside world. Oh, and you can't be using the old API password to log into Home Assistant. You need to be using and that's pretty old. I don't think anybody who's started using Home Assistant in the past year can even do that. Oh no, Nightbot timed out Ikafar. Stop posting links. Oh, I'm sorry, Ikafar. Hey, aren't you a mod? Can it do that to a mod? Man. Oh, it's warning me. Jeez, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to have to. It does that to me all the time. Okay, let's take that out. Yes, it can. Let's take that out, man. Let's take that out of Nightbot. It's probably some default setting where we clicked a box that said block links after so many. We need to just take it out. Nginx will end up on the same port forwarded plus SSL. Okay, great. So Nginx will do the job as well. And that's what we'll set up tonight, because I think that's going to be pretty easy. And I've been wanting to do it for a while. Hey, Sir Good Enough. How's it going, buddy? How's that printer? Just saying that Juan added it to his beginner's guide. Oh, okay, good. So if we go back, well, I must have navigated away from that. I'm surprised I did that, but well, anyways, you guys can look it up. You can look up Juan M Tech, and you can go to his beginner's guide, his new beginner's guide, and he'll probably talk about setting up external access with that. Okay. Well, let's do that first. Let's just get right into it. And then there's the third part of this that we will need to cover is when can you use account linking, and when do you need to use what's it called? Oh, the long-lived access token. So when you connect your Amazon Echo skill to Home Assistant, you can do it in two ways. The first way and the best way is through a process that Amazon calls account linking. We'll go through that. We went through that in the setup of this thing. That will work only if your URL that you use to log into Home Assistant from the outside world, does not end with a port. If it ends with :port, then it will not work. Account linking will not work. That's okay. It's the best option, but it's not the only option. So if, say, somebody asked me today, they said, I have a static IP address. My internet service provider tells me it's never going to change. It's 73.26.15, whatever. Okay. It's never going to change. So they just opened up port, whatever, 443, or I don't know, but they opened up a port and made it accessible, made it point to Home Assistant. And that's how they log in. Okay, great. We'll assume it's encrypted. It probably wasn't, but we'll just assume it is. Account linking would not work in that situation, because in order to access that site, you would have a port on the end like this. So that won't work with account linking. If it ended in just, if it was DrZzs at duckdns.com and that was it, or .org and that was it, without a port on the end, then you can use account linking. And account linking is preferred. If you can't use account linking, that is, if you have an external URL that connects to Home Assistant that ends in a port, you can still use this actionable notification skill. You just have to use the long-lived access token method, not the account linking method. Okay? Is that clear? Now, let's read through some chat here and see. Hey, Andy, have you missed much? Only the secrets to the universe. I just gave away all the secrets to the universe and made sure that everybody knew, the key to happiness eternally. But other than that, nothing really. All right. The SSL cert will not be valid for an IP address. Okay, good. So you can't really have just an IP address and be encrypted, right? Okay, that's fine. That's fair enough. It would work with at 443 because you can just remove the 443 and put HTTPS. Okay, and that's fine, Mark. And that's great. If you don't have to put the port at the end, then it will work. So in other words, if you just put HTTP, well, it wouldn't work with HTTP, right? We already decided that. So if you have :443 at the end, I guess it would work because you don't really have to put 443 at the end, right? But if you had set it up so that it was, say, your own personal domain, I've got DrZzs.com. If I set up DrZzs.com so that DrZzs.com :8123 points to my instance of Home Assistant, say it's encrypted, that would not work for account linking because it ends in that port. It's just a syntax problem. It wouldn't work. So I would have to use, I would just make it something else. Set up a, DrZzs alexaskill.com if you wanted to do that. But I don't know that name. Did I say her name? Sorry, I didn't mean to. I come so close to saying it so often that I didn't realize I just did it. Okay. All right, so now go to Discord, chat DrZzs. Oh, Pooh can turn on my lights, can't you? Oh, all right, there it is. Thank you, Pooh. Here we go. All right. Thank you. There's 1mtex for you. And then let's see. Somebody else was trying to get my attention. I'll take a few seconds to do that. I think a noob classroom channel with weekly webinars might be a hit. I like that. I like it. Oh, that's it. Okay, great. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Pooh. All right. What are you saying will work? You can do a subdomain as well. Okay. So you could be DrZzs.com/external access. I don't know if that'll work or not. We can give it a try. That's all we can do is give it a try. If Icafar says it'll work, it'll work. All right. Now, let's get to Nginx, shall we? Yeah, we shall. I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep touching my face. Allergies are bad here today. And make it point to your IP address. I like the sound of that. What I'm doing here in the background, and it's still not happening yet, still not done, is updating my development instance of Home Assistant so that I can be doing this in the background, but I can't do it right now. So that I could be, doing this all in a non-production instance of Home Assistant, but whatever. I know there's somebody behind me, right? That's my baby boy. He turned 18 on Sunday, and he is working on some soldering over there. He's soldering up some devices, doing some practice. I don't know if it allows self-signed or not. I would defer that question to Keaton, only because he's probably looked it up, I'm sure. ha.DrZzs.com, for example. Oh, I like that, Icafar. Yeah, that would work. Yeah, I like that. That would work. Actually, I should totally do that. No, I should totally not do that, because then everybody else would know how to get to my Home Assistant. Anyone watch Paul's video today? Did anybody not watch Paul's video today? Because if you did not watch Paul Hibbert's video today, this is a sidetrack. If you did not watch Paul Hibbert's video today, you really, really should. It was really funny. And he spent some time inviting me to help him get up to speed or get reintroduced possibly to Home Assistant. So it's going to be fun. And we've chatted a couple times, and I miss 18, turn 39 tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Chris. So yeah, he's gonna, the plan right now is Paul is going to put together a list of what he would like to do with Home Assistant, what he wants it to be able to do for him. And he's going to give me that list, and I'm going to spend some time thinking about it, come up with what to tell him. And then I'll make a video telling him how to do those things. And then he's going to make a video about his response to my instructions. So it should be pretty good. I wonder how many pelvic thrusts we'll have. Today he was doing, I admit I was one of the ones annoyed him to try Home Assistant in the comments. No, it was perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect, Icafar, because we played good cop, bad cop to a T, right? I saw you guys. I saw you guys. I saw Rob too. A bunch of you guys making comments to him like, you should do Home Assistant. You should do Home Assistant. And I even saw people commenting, you should, DrZzs, he'll show you how to do Home Assistant. There's plenty of other people that can and could do a better job than me, but thank you for thinking of me, those of you who did. And so then I didn't say anything to him about you should do Home Assistant. I just said, I totally understand. I get it. I understand frustration, and I just agreed with him and talked about the valid points that he made and all that stuff. So we played good cop, bad cop perfectly. All of you and I. He is hard to please, which will be good. I think he'll give us good, solid, usable feedback. Skillful Sheep bugged him too. Good. Thank you. And I think eventually, like we'll both do these videos over the course of the next few weeks. And then, I will bug him about getting on the stream. That was the first thing that I said when he mentioned it a couple videos ago. I said, you got to join me on a stream. And, he said he thought if he got on live, he would pass out or something like that. So, and I agree, Icafar, we'll try and stick to the UI editor. Yep. That's the way we want beginners to go. I concur. So we're going to try and keep him out of the, text editor document stuff. And I hear you too, Mark. I hear you too. And when he used that example of the RM Pro, the Broadlink RM Pro, and that he spent 8 or 12 hours working on it, I said, yeah, that's probably true. I mean, I'm not sure there's probably some things that are more difficult, but that is certainly not on the easy list. So we'll see if he wants to do that again. If he wants to tackle the RM Pro. I don't know how much things have changed, but I don't know that there's going to be a way to do that with a just user interface. That was pretty tricky. Yeah, Violent Pooh's had trouble too. Yeah, I got it to work. I got the Mini to work and the Pro to work. You guys saw that video. That video is like 2 years old. It was hard. It was hard. It wasn't easy. And I got it to work. The honest truth, I got it to work, and I haven't used it since. It's still plugged in. It's sitting down there. I could still turn on the projector and stuff with it if I want to, but we just don't. We just use the regular remote controls for that stuff. One of the hardest integrations because you need the IR codes. Yeah. Yep. Still no easy way to do it. Okay. I don't think it can, Skillful Sheep. I don't think it can. Was he struggling with getting the codes? Yeah, probably true. Probably true. Okay. Back on track. Oh, here we got. Okay. And the answer, Ikafar, is no. Account linking will not work with self-signed certificates. So there you have it. Thank you. Thank you, Keaton. Keaton must be listening in the wings. He's creeping. Is that what you call it? Creeping? Not creeping. It's got another name. Lurking. He's lurking. Oh, good. I've been streaming for almost an hour, and I just got the notice from If This Then That said I'm streaming. Nobody's going to miss it. But I still agree with Paul. I absolutely agree with him, and I absolutely agree that we should fight anytime somebody sells you a device and they say it works with this, and then they take that away later. That should be wrong. I totally agree with Paul. When you bought that device, you paid for that feature, and they should not be allowed to take it away. Like Tesla and their freaking fast charging. Don't get me on that. Any way to use this? Not this exactly, Simon, but somebody will have to come up with this same process for Google. And then yes. But right now, no, unfortunately. All right, let me open up my things because we're going to get back on track here. We're going to talk about Nginx. Nginx. And I already had a window open that had but I must have hidden it. Maybe I put it away somewhere. All right. There is an add-on. Called Nginx Proxy Manager. Now, if you go to the add-on store and search for Nginx, there will be more than one. There's one that Ludius did, and there's one that Frank did. And I love Ludius to death. He's the guy, he's the mastermind behind Home Assistant Community Store. But in this case, we are going to use the proxy manager. So this one here, the official one, is the one that did I just have a stroke? $400,000. Oh, are we getting back on track? Yeah, we're getting back on track. Remember what I said? I did give him the warning. I did give him the warning up front there, Pooh, that we were going to do less squirreling. So far, I don't know how we're doing. Anyways, the official one is the one that Ludius did, and this one here is the one that Frank did, and this is one we're going to use. Right here, front and center, is an example of how to do it. Lies, blasphemy, lies. Hey, Ant, how you doing? Paulus made. Did Paulus make it? I don't know. It says Ludius. I thought. I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. I like giving everybody credit for doing their stuff. I like it a lot. Happy to give everybody credit. Why did I think? I guess when I went here is when I saw Ludius. Yeah, that's why. That's why I thought it was him. So, Paulus, I don't want to take any credit away from you, brother. Great job. We're going to use the community store add-on one instead of the official one. So we're going to use this one. So if you haven't already, go start this up. We're going to hide that stuff for a minute. If you want to follow along and set up Nginx. If This Then That is Internet Explorer. Okay. I'm going to open this up in a new window because I want to be able to see them both at the same time. What is this? Oh, Nginx Proxy Manager. Gosh, I don't think I set it up with a password. Is this just going to be Home Assistant? Let's see what it says. I didn't read the instructions really. Forward your domain. Yeah. Click full documentation. Let's see what he says here. It's probably just Home Assistant. Oh, is it in the configuration page? Yeah, probably there. Oh, it doesn't say password. Let's go back and see. Email address, password. Maybe this is gonna let us set up a. No. So it has to be one. Just reinstall it. I must have already set up a password, huh? Okay. And I just forgot what it was because I didn't write it down. Uninstall. It's on the info page. Oh, okay. Dang it. See, I already messed up. It's because we didn't have Bitwarden set up. Yeah, I forgot what I set it to. Saved by Bitwarden. Dang it. Dang it, Reese. They're kind of not cheap, but not expensive. Okay, cool. You guys talking about something else. Excellent. This actually looks like it needs to be updated, doesn't it? Maybe not. All right, let's install it again. Ask Blade. He knows all my passwords. I know he does. He's the keeper of the passwords. He's the keeper of the secrets. Hey, look, Jackson has a head.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Admin @ and the password is change me. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Web. Now we have to reinstall it and then we'll do that. Saved by Bitwarden. So what happens when you're not reading the instructions? What I need to do is carefully read the instructions, even though I have you guys here to steer me straight. Hopefully it'll ask me to change it. Someone added another example. Okay, good. Let's look at the examples while we're waiting for this to load. I like that idea. Let's go to the examples page. Oh, somebody did already add one. Okay. So which one got added? Is it this one? I like this. Cooling temperature set too high when going to sleep. Group. This is an interesting trigger. Group.peopleSleep. So you would have to, how would you set this to know that they're asleep? Is it just because they stopped moving or because they, who added Dr. P? I did. Oh, the garage one, you think? I definitely want to do something like this with because we have this big fan that cools the house when it's cool enough outside, but when it's too hot outside, we want the air conditioning on. So I want her to make that decision and then ask us what we want her to do. Best emote. You like it? Good. Go. If you can talk to them and get me a sponsorship. Phone charging at night switches me into person.sleep. Oh, perfect, Mark. Perfect. Is that yours? Is that your example, Mark? So, okay, that's great then. That's very smart. So if it's charging, so you can set it up to be like an input Boolean that says if it's charging and at a certain time or after a certain time of night. I like that. Did we get squirreled? Okay. Let's go back to the examples and look at the garage example then. No motion in the bedroom for 30 minutes. Should the lights be turned off? I love this. Check if the garage is open past a certain time and ask if you want it to be closed. Perfect. You know what's awesome is, oh, this is Node Red. Pooh, is this you, buddy? Is this you? Did you do this? So Violent Pooh, if we have time tonight, which I'm not sure we're going to get to, but if not tonight, then maybe Saturday or Sunday, we're going to talk about Violent Pooh, your brother and mine, Violent Pooh. Who has made a Node-RED flow to facilitate creating these setups for this actionable notification service. So he's got a flow done that we can use and plug in little different bits, and it will create basically the automation steps that it needs. So this will work through Node-RED. Seen people make homemade cells. Oh, there you go. Keaton's here. For each person, I made that one. It's just a group of input Boolean entities. A button triggers that input Boolean. Gotcha. Oh, okay. So you can just like, I'm going to bed, so I push this button, and then it knows you're all going to sleep, and then it sets you to sleep state and changes some things. That's really smart. I should do that for Mrs. Z's. Totally should do that. The QI charging, which doesn't register as charging. How to get around it? Oh, good question. Good question. I don't know about that. Mine is pinned in the Discord channel. Oh, awesome. Okay, good. So if you guys want a sneak peek at Violent Pooh's Node Red flow, it's in the Discord channel. This is what this flow is going to look like. Oh, no, he's just showing you how to... Oh, he's got some steps for you. Ah, that's not what I was looking for. Got careful about hitting next and on Imager, huh? All right, Forsaken is now following. Thank you very much, sir. We haven't done this in a while, so let's do that. You made the Garage One web? Nice. I like it. I like it. I did that, interestingly, when I did my first garage door opener thing way back when, I set a timer that at 10 o'clock, Home Assistant would check to see if the garage doors open or closed. If it was open, then it would send me a notification on my phone that said, do you want me to close it? And it would give me a button that I could push to close it. This is better because I don't even have to look at my phone. I don't have to touch my phone. I can just say yes, and she'll close the garage door. Okay, let's see how we're doing on updating Proxy Manager. Okay, here it is. It's updated. It's ready. So we're going to start. And we're going to go to the log. And here it already says, I thought I saw something about password. But you guys told me what it is. So we're going to go to the web UI. Oh, I meant to. Oh, good. I can still have them both open. Okay. There it is. I do not think that development instance of Home Assistant is going to be available for use tonight. So you said it was example or admin at example. Admin at example. And then the password was change me. No. YouTube is a couple of minutes behind. Wow. Hello, Utah. This is Finland calling. Hey, Pepino. How's it going? That's Cucumber, you know. Oh, example.com. Okay. Cucumber in Spanish. Miren el pepino, que suaves movimientos. There we go. No, don't save that. All right, so now I need to put in my administrator full name. Justino Aden. Nickname, DrZzs. Okay, so one of the funniest things that Paul said was not being able to say my name. DrZzs, this guy. But you know what it made me think about? This is a total squirrel. But you know what it made me think about was I never really say on, I don't think, any video how I say it or where it comes from. So I'll have to do that for Paul's video. But it's been DrZzs, right? And it's because of being an anesthesiologist. Okay. But one of Jackson's friends actually still calls me DrZzs. He sees it. He sees DrZzs and he says DrZzs. And I kind of like that. I kind of like DrZzs. So that's going to be what I'm going to tell Paul. I'm going to tell Paul, you can call me DrZzs because I like that. Like if you spelled it phonetically, it would be like DERZ. All right. My email. Yeah, baby. Okay. Done. Current password. What was it again? Change me. New password. All right.
Solder.
The smell of solder.
Right.
Okay, we did it. New password 123 ABC. Oh man, I'm gonna have to change it. DrZzs. Oh yeah, DrZzs like beers. Password is forgot password. All right, let's go down here and watch this little thing go through its little steps. I need it in like slow motion though. Okay, so that's the end of it. So let's watch the beginning. So open the web UI. Nginx proxy host domain names, and you put in whatever you want, huh? So I guess I go to this. Sorry, it doesn't look like what he had. Hosts. Okay. Gosh, he goes so fast in this. Do you need to own a URL? I need to go full screen. I need to be able to pause it. So there's his demo has link. Okay, here we go. Host, proxy, domain name. So he puts in a domain name. Forward host. So you put your IP in your, okay. Okay, gosh, that does look pretty easy. Do you need to register? You need to put in a DNS resolved domain name. Okay. I have one. I have one. Any URL that resolves your IP address. Okay. I have one. I'm pretty sure. I know you guys are going to see this and it's okay because I'm going to deactivate this after. Okay, good. That'll work. Great. All right, so we're going to go to host. We're going to go proxy host. We're going to add proxy host. Domain names. It's going to be what I have set up through DuckDNS is DrZzs dev.duckdns.org. Now, I am going to need to, am I going to need to forward a port for that? I think I am, right? Yeah, I need to port forward 80 and 443. Yeah, I haven't forwarded the ports, so yeah, I'll have to do that. Why it went away. Let me think about how best to do this at the moment, because if I add a port to my router, a port forwarding rule to my router, I believe it will restart UDM time. Do you think it won't break anything or restart? Okay, then let's do it. So you need the port forwarding rule, which is going to be specific for your, all right, Webb, you following on Twitch? Thank you, brother. You'll need a port forwarding rule specific for this. So it's going to have to be HTTPS, right? So let's find, that's why I wanted it to point to my development home assistant. And I guess if I can't update my media player on the development version, gosh, I can't believe that's still happening. Something's wrong. Can't even update this. Yeah, something's wrong. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just do it. We'll just do it to the main real home assistant for now. That's fine. All right, so we got to make a port forwarding rule. I don't remember how to do that in here. I think it's settings. Oh yeah, network. Is this where it is? No. Actually, oh, I forgot. You can do over here. There's a search, right? Is that it? No. Dashboard. Or is it Insights? There's a place to search for settings over here. We may need to expand this a little bit. I know you're all yelling at your computers. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Threat management. Oh, alerts. Live support. Why is it so small? I want this to expand over here. Boom, boom. Settings. Okay. Settings wheel. All right. Thank you. Maybe it's in settings. That's where you can search. Man, everything is so sluggish right now. Okay, there we go. Port forwarding. This is really nice feature. You can go in there and search for just about anything. So that's my WireGuard. Okay. Create a new port forwarding rule. And we're going to call it Nginx. Enable forward rule. Yeah. From anywhere, sure. And this will be port 443. And we will send it to right? Does that look good? IPv. Oh, is it because I don't have this? What's up with that? Can I not have the port on the end? Silly. But okay, there it is. Now I got it. You guys cool? Is Jackson's head in the way? No, it's good. Okay. Port forwarding should not be enough to cause a complete reboot. Okay, good. No HTTP. Gotcha. No 443. Okay, good. See, you guys are all yelling stuff at me, and I figured it out eventually. I got it? Okay, good. Looks good. It looks good, and there's no red anywhere. If enabled, the gateway will log the traffic that matches the port. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Okay. Looks good. Let's do it. Apply. Not 8123 to... Is this the internal port, or is this the external port? I thought this was the external, and that's the internal. Wrong. How do I get bits? Buying them? You used to be able to watch ads, and they would give you bits, but otherwise, yeah, I think you'd have to buy them. 443 for both? Okay. Well, then how's it going to log me to Home Assistant? But it's on both for Nginx. Okay, if you guys say so. I believe you. Nope, wrong. Wrong. Okay, the proxy manager will do the redirect. Gotcha. Okay, so 443 to 443. Beautiful. Bingo. Done. Okay. So, anytime then, if I go, even right now, if I go to, well, I don't know how long before that, does that take effect pretty quickly? If I go to my DrZzs dev.duckdns.org, this should be HTTPS, right? It says it's not private. Page isn't working. I missed a step somewhere. What did I miss? And one for 80. Oh, okay. I need to say, okay, thank you, Beatty. I need 80 to 80 for the cert request. Okay. Okay, so we'll add another one. Create a new port forward rule. We're going to say Nginx. Okay, from anywhere, port 80. Forwarding IP will be the same, 192.168.1.71. 80, both. Enable, apply. How's it going? How you doing? Are you making it, Jackson?
The time.
What's up? What's the time?
Doesn't it start at 6? Oh, okay. I thought it started at 6.
I don't know what's happening back there. The Giants are having a thing. Now go back to the proxy manager. Okay, back to the proxy manager. Now my domain name is going to be
You told me to say it. You see those knife videos? It's got 1,000 degrees. Yeah,
HTTPS. And then this is going to be my internal, right? Oops. And then this is going to be 8123. Why does that not want to save? Why does it not want to save? HTTP only? Okay. Need to click add. There's no add.
Wait.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you for being here with me. I thought I was going to be able to do this without training wheels. Not happening. Appears in a drop down. What drop down? Under the text box. Okay. Oops. It's dev. Oh, add. Oh my gosh. That's tricky. That's tricky. That little thing is tricky right there. Sheesh. Yeah, now I see it. Now I see it. Okay. Trickeration. All right. Now I put my internal one. How you doing over there, Mr. J?
I learned.
Have you messed up?
No. Well, maybe. I'm still not sure. But on everything else, I'm pretty sure I did it right. So,
Okay.
good.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
I got all the stuff in the back done. I started doing something fun.
Awesome. Good man. All right. And then go to SSL. Oh, so I want to hit save. I'm going to hit save. And then I'm going to edit it again because I want to go back in here. Yeah, I just want to make sure that it's saved. Okay, so now I go here and then request force SSL, email address, agree. I think that's the email address. Requires URL to go in order to talk to home. Yes. Click request. I'm following along. Hello from Niagara Falls, Ontario. How's it going, Zinger? Morning from the UK. Good morning, Martin. Wow, it's late for you, buddy, isn't it? I think we're good, right? Waiting for that to go live, and then you're going to just attack me? HTTP2 will make it faster. Okay. I hope I don't get DDoS. Yeah, me too. I'll count on you, the 102 of you that are here with us, to not attack me in the few minutes we'll leave this open. Let Blade know I'm opening the doors. I am using HTTPS. It's going to use HTTPS. I don't know what this is about. But this is the SSL certificate, so it should be good. It's open now, and you're okay so far. So click save. Okay. Now let's go back to email. Yep. So he did not activate that. But okay, we just did that step. That should be good. Now we should be able to go to that link. So I'm going to watch this one more time and see if we missed anything. So we opened the web UI. We went to host. We did add a proxy. We put in the DuckDNS domain name. We put in our internal IP. We put in the port, WebSockets, and OK. We went, we can test it right from there. Oh, okay. And there it is. There she blows, amigos. Bum, ba, ba, bum, because he didn't have that on start. That's why HTTP Viper. Okay. I don't know what that means. And it's encrypted. You can see it up there. Okay. So it wasn't smooth because I was just kind of fumbling around, but that was flipping easy. So there's no reason why anybody can't do a external access to Home Assistant easily and for free, right? Because the one part about going to DuckDNS, I didn't cover that, but going to DuckDNS and putting in a domain name is easy. Can you do this with your own domain name? I believe so. Oh, and you guys, they're already saying yes, 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 yep, yes. Okay, good. Great. Okay, let's close these ports. Let's remove these. Okay. Because I don't need it, right? I don't want it to stay. So we're going to remove those. And I want to go over here and I'm going to get rid of my DuckDNS. Actually, I realized, when I did this, that I have more than one DuckDNS login, which is probably good. Okay. And there you go. DrZzs dev no longer at DuckDNS no longer points to my internal IP address. Okay? Okay. There we go. The NPM won't fetch certs from anything other than HTTP challenge for Let's Encrypt. One question. Time to write down your IP. Yeah, write it down quick. I said, hi, Doc, in your login. So now you should have an IP. Oh, and I deleted it. Oh, dang, that would have been fun. Sorry. I guess it probably didn't keep the logs here, did it? So if I would have looked at it, there, it would have logged it, huh? Let's see Violent Pooh's IP. How about that? No, let's not. Violent Pooh has done so much work, you guys. I cannot thank him enough. In the last few days, I think I've only posted. Have I posted 3 of these sort of clipped up streams that Pooh has done? He's got probably 5 or 6 or 7 more that are already done that I just need to take a minute, make a thumbnail, and upload it. So the dude's been working hard to make these streams into something usable for everybody. That is fantastic. So thanks again, brother. So that add-on creates an individual SSL for each subdomain. So I don't know. These guys will have to tell you. It makes, so when you go to DuckDNS, let me see if I can go to DuckDNS and not be logged in. Okay, so this is a generic one. Nope, it's not. We're going to log out. That would have shown my certificate and everything. Oh, Blade would have loved it. So when you go to DuckDNS, so you have to do this too. You do have to go to DuckDNS and log in with whatever service you want. It will then show you your internal IP address, and it will give you a box to type in what you want the domain to be. And what that will do is make sure that you have a URL that is updating and always referring to your internal IP address. If your internal IP or external IP address, and if your external IP address changes, DuckDNS will keep track of that, and you can still go to DrZzs.duckDNS.org, and it will still point to your home. Okay, is that right? Well done. Well played. Oh, I could just turn them off? Ah, that's a good idea. That would have been smart. What I need to do is the same thing, just not use a DuckDNS that is easily accessible. Because it would be nice to have both, because I'd like to be able to... there was something else we needed Nginx for. Oh, we needed Nginx for Bitwarden. We needed Nginx for Bitwarden, so I'm going to do it again. We are generally friendly. Well done. Oh, violent. Yes, I thought you said, for some reason I read that and I saw violent. I said violent, but anyways, I know who you're talking about, because I always referred to him shorthand as Pooh. I do remember you did. Let's do Bitwarden now. No, but maybe look, if we might get to Bitwarden, sometime soon. Not today, but that was the thing that was name's Tim, by the way. I knew that, Tim. I knew that. I didn't know if you wanted to be called Tim. Is it all right if I call you Pooh? Because I think it's fun. I've never had a friend named Pooh before. It's not that hard. Promise for next stream. I can't promise for next stream, but I will promise before. How about this? I promise before the end of May that we will do Bitwarden. Okay, you can write that down. I promise before the end of May that we will at least attempt again on stream to do Bitwarden, so Reese will get off my back. Where's my salt emojis? Where's my salty motes? I'm going to salt up myself a little bit. Where did he put those? Are those on Twitch? Oh, yeah, there's some salt ones on Twitch. There you go. I love you, Reese. I love you, brother. All right, Mark, thank you very much for cheering. What do you want? You want unicorns or planes? So unicorns or planes. We haven't done either one of them in a few minutes. Not during a 12-hour stream. Have to be awake. Yeah, that was probably the worst timing. That was the worst time to attempt to do that, because that was my nap time. We were like halfway in the middle of the 12-hour stream. It was like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I was dog tired. Like that was my nadir, right? Like the worst possible time. Can we get the Dr. Pepper? Heck yeah, you can. Bing! Oops, I'm sorry. All right, Brendan's going to do some Lovelace Photoshop pictures videos. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Excited. Some Dr. Pepper keeps me awake. It was a bummer. I was so salty. I was tired. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. But I just had to request an explosion. Yeah, we can do that. Fire off some missiles. Ooh, I timed them at the same time. Speaking of Photoshop, I like the one of you and Paul that Paul did. That was really good, right? When we do our video together, that will be the thumbnail. For sure. We'll have to even, come up with another one where it's a Batman and Wonder Woman. You guys can pick who's who. Yeah, that was really good. That was really well done. I love that picture. So let's see. There is also No IP giving 3 hosts for free, but they send you an email every month to keep those records alive. Okay. So that's another service now. So in order to get your encrypted external access to Home Assistant, you can use, number 1, Nabukasa. Number 2, DuckDNS and Let's Encrypt. I would actually probably put Nginx as number 2 because that was pretty easy. But anyways, there's DuckDNS with Let's Encrypt, the add-on. Or there's Nginx, which you also need DuckDNS or some other domain that you control, right? And then there's No IP, noip.com, right? Oh, hey, Blade. How's it going, brother? You missed it. Yeah. Oh, talking Russian. There's Blade. You missed it, dude. I had my Home Assistant access open. I had ports forwarded and everything. It was wide open. Thanks for being here, man. Look up Phil and Grant Mitchell, soap characters from the UK. When I saw Paul's picture, all I could think of. Oh, let's do that for just a minute. This is a total scroll, but it's okay, right? As long as what is it? There's some sort of a saying. I don't know who to credit with it, but I've heard somebody say that time that you plan to waste is not wasted time. Oh yeah, that's us. That's us. Paul's definitely the tall, muscly one. This is me. Is his audio messed up or is it just me? Oh no, is my audio messed up? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Cloudflare Dynamic DNS is great if you have your own domain with home assistant integration. So there's another one. Cloudflare. Okay. I sound fine. Must be you, Blade. Sorry, brother. It's not you, it's me. Wait, no. Except this time it's not. So let's back up now. Let's go back. Put a marker here again for Pooh. Let's make sure that we have done what we set out to do. And I don't think we've finished yet, so let's finish. What we set out to do tonight was to clarify what has to happen in order for someone to use the Amazon actionable notifications. In order for that to happen, your home assistant needs to be accessible externally from the internet. That means Nabu Casa or one of these free alternatives like Nginx, DuckDNS with Let's Encrypt. Somebody said Cloudflare. Somebody said no IP. But it needs to be an external URL, not your public IP address, an external URL, and it needs to be encrypted. All right. Now, the other thing. Now let's do that. Okay, so we did those things, and what we did real quick was we set up Nginx and DuckDNS. We did the port forwarding that you need to do. You need to go to DuckDNS and make a domain name, and then you need to run through the really, really easy. I mean, it's easy once you've seen it done in slow motion like I did it. The Nginx setup, that was really easy. It worked really well. I liked that a lot. Oh, good. Blade's seeing if it's working. And there you go. Keaton uses Cloudflare. So, Cloudflare. Sorry. Cloudflare. I'm watching what you guys are doing with the bot and the ask. And we did talk about that as well. I've got to find a way to throw popcorn through the screen. You can turn on my lights. Do we not give you, Ikafar? Do you not have access? You know, I didn't actually finish setting up all those things. I'm looking like, what? Like, what is happening down there? Yeah. All right. So backing up again, because I want to stay on track here. Try and stay on track. So let's say you set up your external access, but instead of like for mine, well, it doesn't work now, but it did work the way I set it up. You could go to DrZzs.dev.duckdns.org. And that's it. Didn't need a port. So when you go to set up your skill, when you go to set up your skill, and I'm going to just set up a new one again so that we can just see the screens and not open the one that I have. So we're going to just create a new skill again. It's not going to be any big deal. It's just going to be a blah, 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 blah. Skill. Okay. Python. Okay. Create. Yes, dear. We're going to use Hello World again.
Remember to turn the thing to white every morning.
Your lights.
Right. Yeah. And can you turn them to white?
What time do you want me to turn them? Oh, you want them white right now?
Yeah, awesome. You can do it on your phone.
I can, but I think this is the same ones. If we turn them to white, we just have to make sure they don't get too bright, okay? Let's turn them to that. Why don't you go tell me how bright they are? See if that's good. Gracie wants her LEDs on. They're not on? Oh. She didn't do it? Oh, really? Turn on girls' fancy lights. I don't have cameras in the bedroom, Pooh. Not that creepy. Oh, thank you. Oh, power is still off. Oh, yeah, that's them. That should be them. Go tell me if they're on.
Now they're on.
Now they're on. Okay. Yeah, they're in their bedroom. Love you, baby. You smell good. Did you put on perfume today?
No.
Huh. You smell perfumey. She needs a hasp in her room to control the lights. Yeah. She does have an Amazon Echo in there. There is a Home Assistant integration that updates the public IP for Cloudflare. There you go. So it does the same thing as DuckDNS, right? Cloudflare, DuckDNS, same thing. Or does the same thing, same function, right? Okay. Okay, just checking that out. Okay. So back to this. We were going back to this developer console. So we're here, right? Now, let's go ahead and get Keaton's code. I'm not going to set up the whole thing, but because we just did that in the video that we Pooh did up when we put out today. Using DuckDNS Dynamic for 10 years. Whew. I didn't even know what an IP address was 10 years ago. I didn't know what an IP address was 4 years ago. Okay. We're going to go back to... How you doing over there, buddy?
I'm missing... There's the 2x5 pin and then 2x3 pin.
You just cut them.
Oh, I just cut the ones that I...
So there should be more of those pins in that drawer in the middle top. Look up there, middle top. Should be some in there. If you can't find the ones you need... No, that's not it. Sorry. It's got a bunch of those in it. I pulled it out last night. Maybe it's to the left of where you're looking. Sorry, helping Jackson find the parts he needs for soldering. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. Yes. Look and see if there's some in there that are the ones you need. And then what you need to do is just clip them. So you clip off the ones you need. So those have 8. Yeah, exactly. So those have 8 on them.
Also, 5.
So you cut one that's 5 and one that's 3.
Sick.
Yeah. You can try what's the little ones? Favorite little tiny ones.
Load up your Dr. Pepper.
Oh, thank you, sweet girl. Here you go.
And then I get first sip.
Okay, that's a deal. Okay. Anyone write down all the secrets you missed? I had it open. Yeah. DrZzs dev.duckdns. Man, oh man. Okay. Here we go. My internet service provider only changes the IP when my router MAC address changes, aka get a new router. Cool, William. You know, I've noticed we've been in this house for 7 years. The only times I've only noticed the IP address change once, but I haven't looked that often. Is he building Digi Unos? He is. Yes, sir. Good enough. He is. So there will be some homemade ones available. We'll see if this one's, we'll see. This is his first one. So we'll probably keep this one. Make sure it doesn't explode.
I don't know. It's looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he's pretty happy with himself over there. You think it's based on the MAC addresses of the router? Probably true. You do know all the secrets, Blade. You do.
Daddy, where's your towel?
Oh, no. There's green room right there. Oh, there it is. Yep. Thanks, baby.
I have things to
Oh, that's okay. Oh, man. Photo Chromax. You get a new IP every time the router restarts? Ooh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. All right, we're going to go here to Keaton's Amazon Echo Actions. This is a marker for you, Pooh. And we're going to copy all the code here. I should have probably left it open long enough that we could have tested it, but I'm going to paste in the new code. And that will allow us to talk about this last part. Okay, so part 2, we had 2 major objectives tonight. One was create an external access to Home Assistant that's encrypted. We did that with DuckDNS and Nginx. There are other options, but we did it that way tonight. Part 2 is setting up, well, we're going to set up 2 things. We're going to set up...
Do you have enough Dr. Pepper?
Okay, go get another one. There's more in the fridge downstairs. Number 2 is setting up this part of this code, and then we'll also set up the, when possible, we'll set up the, what do you call it? Account linking. We'll set up the account linking. Control A. Oh, I didn't know that. Just to change from double quote to single quote. Oh, cool. Cool. Violet Pooh. Thank you. The reason why you can do IP is because there isn't enough IPv4s to allow everyone to connect to the internet, and that's why version 6 IPs were created. Oh, wow. We got that many people connecting to the internet. I guess I'm not surprised. All right. Well, the way that we had this just set up in my example, what I would put right here, and you can't see that because it is way too tiny, so we're going to make it way more grande. Way more grande. That's totally Spanish. Yes.
Okay.
The second half of that automation is not working. But did you hear her? She's like, the office door's been open and the light's on. All right, this would have been... All right, it would have been just that. It would have been DrZzs dev.duckdns.org. That's what I would have put there. And this would have worked. Quit scaring her. Oh, that's great. You can use this one right now and put that one in there. Thanks, sweet baby. She does sound really excited. She does sound really, really excited. So if you have a URL to access Home Assistant that ends like this with, whatever, .org, .com, whatever, you're fine. And you can use pretty much Photochromax. And you can use account linking, which is preferable. Okay. But let's say that wasn't the case and that you had to have a port on here at the end. And somebody brought this up. Technically, when you're using the S here, you don't see it, but it is accessing port 443. Right? Is that true, fellas? Is that true? And when you put HTTP, if you could, in this case, this wouldn't work, but just in general knowledge stuff here, if you put no S here, if it's just HTTP, then it's actually accessing port 80. Correct? Scream at me, throw popcorn or whatever if I'm wrong. Correct. All right. Man, I got it right. Did you mess up?
No, I learned. Don't try to hold the pins while you're soldering them. They get very, very hot. Very, very quickly. Ow!
This is for Jackson. Because did you guys hear him? He was holding the pins that he was soldering, and they got hot. They got spicy. Thank you, baby. Hey, is that M&M for you? How did that get here, huh? How did that M&M get here? Proxy will route the traffic to multiple ports. Okay, great. Not with bare hands. Yep. Okay, cool. What are we doing today? Hey, Forsaken. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face. Cloudflare generally does other things to speed up your domain and management, but allows for the same functionality as DuckDNS. Oh, very cool. Very cool. What's he soldering? He's soldering some Dig Uno boards. Long ago, I got a bunch of Dig Uno parts. You know, when I soldered one. Well, I soldered one at Christmas time, right? I soldered one at Christmas time with Quindor on the stream, and I soldered one during the beginning of this whole COVID thing with Quindor on this stream, and I did that because I had parts enough to build like 20 of them, and so he wants to build them and sell them, and so he's doing that. You need a flasher like Shaping the Science. I have one. Blade, where's your page? Are you not able to page me? I have nuts to get rid of. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, you're right. Let me write that down. I need to set up, I need to set up nut rewards. Sorry, Pooh. I'm totally squirreling around here, brother. I'm sorry. We don't want to spam page you. I appreciate that. But that would be cool. You know what I want to do? Maybe what I can do is rig up because you know what? He's going to have like a matrix. I need a matrix that people can see. I have a matrix. I just need to mount it somewhere that you can see it. And then you can type stuff in down there and we can send it to the matrix. So you can see your own things pop up or whatever. Did you mess up? No, I learned. Isn't he a good kid? He's fantastic. He is amazing. Couldn't ask for a better firstborn. He's got headphones on, so he didn't hear me say that.
Yes, it did.
Dang it. I want to buy some Did You Know boards. Where can I buy them? I will have some in stock, Simon, in another few days. I think they said the 18th. They should be here. If you page right now, Ikafar, I don't think anything. I'm not sure I finished setting it up for you. But the lights would come on. Quindor still has, oh no, I think his are out of stock as well. You could try, if you're international. So the ones that I sell, my domain, my franchise, my franchise only covers the US and Canada. If you live outside of the US and Canada, go directly to Quindor and buy them from him. Does your page work? Did you try it, Pooh? I think it does. Maybe not. I can't remember. Okay. Looks like everyone from Twitch today. Yeah, we got a lot of Twitch. I just paged. No, it didn't work. Did you know sold out on Quindor back in 4 weeks? It says. Oh, yep. So he must have finished selling his out too. Sold out. Yep. Sorry. 500 of them. We sold 500 of them. And I think we sort of technically put them up for sale Monday. Simon, you're in Canada? Okay, then I'm your guy. I should have some. I will have 80 of them in a few days. I could probably, let me think about it. Give me a little bit of time to think about it. I could probably do allow pre-orders and just go ahead and put up 80 for sale. But I don't physically have them in my possession. So I kind of like Quindor's philosophy on that he's not, he doesn't want to hold anybody's money. Just let you hold your money until I actually have them in stock. I can understand the problem there is, I had people who asked me about it a month ago before I even had them in my possession. And then by the time they were actually for sale, they missed them. They were gone. And I felt bad about that. I want people who've been waiting for a long time to be able to get them. So I haven't solved that yet. But yeah, in 4 weeks, I will have at least 150 and Quindor will have 350. And we'll see how it goes. I will sell as many as he'll give me to sell. Well, he's not giving it to me. I'm buying them. But anyways, I'll sell as many as he'll let me buy. Oh, I broke it. I probably did. It must be broken. And maybe Node-RED's not turned on. Saw your videos on the Node MCU, but haven't used them yet. I want to do Did You Know instead. Yeah, Simon, I understand. And part of my reasoning for doing the Node MCU when I did that video for lights was because I wanted a solderless solution for people. And the Node MCU comes with the pins already soldered on, but so does the Did You Know. It comes with a Node MC, it comes with a D1 Mini, but the pins are already soldered on. It's already connected. You don't have to solder anything, so it's a good one. Blaming Node-RED. All right, back to this. So let's assume now, worst case scenario, or not maybe that bad of a case, but at least not the ideal case. In the ideal case, you would have a URL that does not end in a port, and you would be able to use account linking. Let's assume that you don't have that situation and that you have a situation like this, where you have to have a port on the end of your URL. Okay. If you have to have a port at the end of your URL, we're going to save this. We're going to go back to the build part of this code page. And we're going to scroll down once it finally decides it's ready to load. Okay, good. There is a step. If you follow the first video I did, if you follow Keaton's instructions on his GitHub wiki, there is a whole step here for account linking, where we turn this on, we turn this on, we turn this off, we go down here, we put some URLs in here, and we get a client ID, and we do these things. Okay. If your external URL that you use to access Home Assistant ends with a port number, you skip this completely. Okay? There's a marker on that, Pooh. So if your external URL that you use to attach to Home Assistant, or that you use to access Home Assistant from the coffee shop, if it ends with a port number, then you skip this whole account linking thing. If it does not end in a port number, if it just ends in .com or .org or something like that, then you can use this account linking. It should be fine. Okay, it should work well, and it's the preferred method. All right. We're going to assume for our current example that my imaginary URL that I have to access Home Assistant does use a port. So we're going to assume that my example does use a port at the end of the URL. So I cannot use account linking. What am I going to do then, you say? Well, I know what to do, and I'll tell you what to do. Watch your language. Oh. You're going to do a long-lived access token. So once again, get ready to steal my secrets, because I'm going to create a long-lived access token. I'm at the profile page on Home Assistant, right? You saw me. I clicked down here in the corner, and then it brought me to this profile page, and I scroll all the way down to the bottom to where it says long-lived access token. And I did this in another stream, but we're going to do this. We're going to make a token. Okay? It's going to give us this token. We're going to copy it. Then we're going to go back to our developer console into the code. And we're going to paste it right here. What just happened? Did it just paste that whole thing in there? I think it did. Yeah, it did. Okay. Control Z. All right. It didn't copy it. It didn't actually copy it. And now it's gone. It's not going to show it again. So we messed up. We have to do it over again. Captured. Okay. Create a token. Give it a name. Copy.
Oh.
Did you mess up?
No, I just realized how I know these.
Good. There we go. Now we've pasted in the long-lived access token. If you're not sure, or if you're having trouble and you think account linking is the culprit, you think that account linking step is the problem, then just use a long-lived access token. It's not the best solution, but it's a perfectly viable solution. So even if you have a domain name that does not use a port, but maybe the problem that you're having is associated with account linking, the account linking setup, then just skip it. It's completely reasonable to use a long-lived access token. That's what they're there for. You're still connecting over an encrypted connection, so nobody's going to be able to just sniff it out. It would mean somebody at Amazon like going rogue and getting into your code and copying that this token here to be able to access your Home Assistant, right? Okay, so that's the backup plan. But that's it. If you have a token in here, then you don't need to use account linking. Okay? Done. Delete that. Okay. I think, should we spend one more minute? We're about done. It's about been 2 hours, and it's been a great time. And I know, like viewer, I watch the viewer count. It's more of a hobby than a necessity. I don't feel any different about the stream when there's more or less. But the viewer count is lower tonight, and this is a different time. But when if I'm not getting days off during the day, then this will be the time that I'm going to have to stream. It'll be more in the evenings like this. So be sure. Not sure which one is safe, but ended up doing the account linking by forwarding my 443 to 8123. Had to do it for the assistant, so thought might as well. And it worked, Thanos? You linked 443. And the reason that worked is because you didn't actually need the port, right? Because 443, it just, as long as you put HTTPS, it automatically attaches that and it accepts that. If you were to try and use directly the 8123 or, port 2506, whatever random thing, that wouldn't work with that port on there. This is better. US Aussies can be here. Yeah, I think so, Forsaken. So we'll do these Dark Side of the Moon streams occasionally nowadays, because my work is already picking back up a little bit, and we'll see. Maybe we'll pick up. Maybe we get a surge and people get sick and we slow back down again. But we've gone from about probably 40% capacity for surgeries back to about 75% of our capacity. So, I mean, the amount of surgeries that we did yesterday and today are twice what we did Tuesday, Wednesday last week. So, I did start a little early tonight. Pooh. And that's because I like to kind of reserve that once I get into the 8, 9 o'clock range. I thought I wasn't going to get home until 6. I got home a little earlier, so I was able to start a little earlier. Yes, that should work, Simon. Hopefully that works. Go to Discord and check and see. Paul Hibbert. I'm okay on nights, so 2 a.m. in the UK, helping my shift go by. Nice, Brendan, nice. And it pays my bills. Yeah, it does do that too. We're going to have to sell a lot of Dig Uno boards to take the place of my day job. Be sure to check the live questions. Thank you, Sir Goodenough. I will do that. Let's spend just a second back here on account linking. I think I did this. Pooh, did I cover this pretty well? And maybe in the next video that comes out, we'll talk about this. I can't remember. Or maybe the one that we posted today, I covered this. If you are going to use account linking, I think people are getting hung up on a couple things here. This is simple. On, off, okay? You go down here, you put your URL in, and it does need to be, HTTPS. So it does need to start with HTTPS, whatever, and then okay, it does need to be this, but then it has to be authorize up here. And down here, it does need to be auth token, correct? Where did we get the client ID? This was just public string used to identify the client requesting that for authentication. So this, where did we get the client ID? I can't remember where did we get the client ID. Can't remember where we got the client ID. Let's go back to this real quick and check. I just think some people are still getting hung up on these little few steps, so I just want to show it again. Account linking. Oh yeah, it's this part. Client ID part is the country. Now, this is interesting. So today, yes, and it looks like you updated it already. Fantastic. So if you're in the UK, if this EU URL doesn't work, maybe after that whole brick exit, I don't know how to say that right. Just like Paul can't say DrZzs, I can't say brick exit. This doesn't roll off the tongue. If this doesn't work for you in the UK, then try this URL. Somebody posted that in the comments for the video today. Brexit. Now I say it. Call me DrZzs. So that's what you put in there. So depending on what country you live in for your country ID. Now, does it matter if it has that slash on the end or not? Probably should be there. So it probably should be there. Anyways, copy that. Because I'm still in the US. Bling, bling, bling. Hey, Guy99, we haven't done this in a while. I need to dance. Oh, you need Nexit? Oh. Is that right? Does everybody want out of the EU? Nobody wants in the US. And then this secret can just be anything you want. We need to make sure you put that and add the scope. I'm assuming, because this doesn't seem like these are hard steps, so I'm assuming that if somebody messed this up, they just, skipped a step or something. All right, and I think that's it, right? We don't put the domain in. We don't need the access token expiration time. That's it. That's all you need for account linking. But this is probably, my guess is this is where people messed up. So people were getting errors like it's all covered in today's video that went up. Okay, good. Thanks. But I think, so the errors people were getting were things like, they were getting errors that basically were saying Amazon couldn't connect to Home Assistant. So there's a few steps maybe where that could be the problem, and you might get different error messages depending on the different problems, but the solution is going to be either right here in account linking, or it's going to be in that lambda function.py code where you put your URL. Potentially, it could be outside of there, like your DNS redirecting to your IP address is wrong, the ports aren't open in your router, some external access to Home Assistant link is broken. So those are the places to look. Maybe when we get more experience with this, as time goes on and we see more errors, we can maybe determine based on the exact error message where in the process it broke down. But those are the steps. And so if you get stuck on the connection between Amazon and Home Assistant, go through those things again. Check your external access to Home Assistant. Make sure you can actually type in that URL and get your login screen for Home Assistant. Make sure it's encrypted. Make sure you have the right URL in the lambda function.py code in the Amazon skill. And if you're using account linking, make sure that it's right here on this page with account linking. That's really it. Anything else? And if all else fails, if you're having trouble with account linking, you can do the default or the safety net, which is a long-lived access token. And that should work no matter what your URL is. What do you think? Is it time to check for questions? Let me see. What do we got here? Brexit. Boom, boom. Thanks, you're good enough. Check the Discord, ask, chat, you betcha. So it's time. Today is the time. Now is the time when Larry comes out and sings a silly song.
The input and output, the things that the little things where you plug in have to be on the outside, right?
Yeah, and if you have one over there that's finished you want to look at? You still have the finished one? It's right there. So if you have questions, that's a great thing to do. Veggie Tales. Nice, William. Nice. This is the part of the show where DrZzs comes out and sings a silly song. I'm going to get copyright banned for that now. James, I don't know who the best person is about solid straight versus spinning, but the best person for Proxmox that I would go to is Whiskers. Whiskers 007. And he's usually hanging out in the VM chat, or you can just @ him in the general and he'll find you. I've gotten so many people send me the link to Paul's video today to say, hey, he's looking for you. Paul's looking for you. That was really cool what Paul did today. That was really cool. If you haven't seen Paul Hibbert's video today, go check it out. He was really kind to me, and he put out a very cool invitation for us to work together. So it's going to happen. We've already chatted a little bit, and it's going to happen. It's going to be fun. It'll be good for everybody. All right, David, Sally, subscribe. Unicorns for you, sir. Live stream from the OR. Maybe on my last day of work, Ikafar, because that would be the end. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Okay, let's look at the Ask channel. Now, you may have seen people in the chat typing tilde. You hear my wrist crack? Yeah, that would be very bad. That would be very... I'm not even sure that would be my last day at work. That might be my last day of freedom. There could be... So I could be in jail after doing something like that. If you do tilde and then ask, it will take whatever you put after that before you hit enter, and it will send that to a special Discord channel where we are directing specific off-topic questions. So if you want to ask a question that is on topic, then go ahead and ask it in the chat. And either I can hopefully see it on Twitch. It's really nice. You can spend your nuts, the currency that you earn from watching on Twitch. YouTube doesn't have anything like this yet, anyways. You can use that to highlight your text, what you see. And so I see it like bright purple instead of just kind of mixing in with everybody else. So you can spend your nuts on that. And then you can ask your question if it's on the topic that we're covering. If you want it to go to the Discord channel for live stream questions that I will review at the end of the stream, like right now, maybe a time or two during the stream if we're having a lull or I need a break. or in between streams. We'll look through it and see, what are some good questions. Yeah. Milan Rico. Yep. You got it. You can use your nuts for that too if you want. I'm going to allow it. Oh, it said add permitted term. Touch my new. Anyways, it deciphered what you were trying to do there. And let me find this channel. I haven't actually been in there. Live questions. Here we go. So we've got a bunch of questions here. William asks, what's my name? Ikafar asked, did it work? Blade says, this is a question for the doc. Violent Pooh says, set him up with a camera and place to stream while he works. Who's your favorite editor? You are, Pooh. You are. No doubt. Simon says, want to buy some DrZzs boards. Where can I buy them? Testing. Yep. I answered that question. Let's see. Just saw this as I press enter. Where's the best place to get some BHO no free dual switch relays? I don't understand Portuguese. Welbo. You can buy them from his store. That's a good place to get them. I'm also going to be distributing those just like I am the DrZzs boards. I've asked right before this whole thing started, I went to Bruno and said, because I helped him buy his pick and place machine so that he could kind of really crank up the business there. And so part of our deal was he would send me devices and I could sell them in the US. So I right before this whole shutdown thing happened, we were talking about it and he was going to send me 100 of them. And then this whole thing happened and I've had a couple of little chats with him, but I don't know if he sent it yet. I don't know if he's waiting to send it. And I don't know if, what's happening with Portugal exports. So we've been kind of, Chrome will translate his store pretty well too. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, the other thing is, and the BHO Onofres are a little bit harder to solder, but I do have all the parts here to solder them. So depending on how homie does over here, Mr. Jackson, we may have some homemade BHO Onofres that we could potentially get out to people before I get a box from him. So potentially. They're harder. There's a lot more smaller parts. There's also the possibility of doing, anyways, I like this. Like this is kind of my, at least, the next couple years sort of shop plan, like DrZzs/shop is going to be a few of these kinds of devices that are hard to get in the US, but are really cool. Like the BHO Onofres, the DrZzs boards. We'll probably find some others. I want to import 100 of them or whatever, a couple hundred of them, however many, and sell them directly from my website. It's a lot better for me than earning like 5 cents each time somebody buys something from Amazon. Even if it's just like Node MCU boards. That was one of my first things I was going to do. This was like 6 months ago. That was part of the reason I wanted to go to China. But again, before this whole nonsense started, I wanted to go to China because and I had set up appointments to go talk to some of these manufacturers and say, I want to buy like 500 Node MCUs or whatever. There's several different things. And, import them directly and then ship them back out to make it quicker and easier. And I wanted to bypass Amazon. So give your son a camera and have him stream while he works. I can do that.
It'll be a lot of ow and
it'll be funny. It'll be good. He's a total super thespian. This dude is he's an acting machine, so he'd be pretty dang good. You see Bitlooney's lab? Oh, let's see what you guys talking about. Really can't wait to get going with my WLED setup. It's pretty much what I'm missing besides all the Tuya crap I ordered from AliExpress, which is getting tasmatized once it gets here. That's the other thing I still want to do and I had plans to meet with Sonoff and with, who was I going to go? Oh, Zemismart about pre-tasmatizing things and importing them. Oh, good. Oh, your poor arm, baby. Let me see that. Is that real?
Yeah.
Is that where you hit the tree?
I covered it with another Band-Aid because my friend wanted to sign it.
I do use, no, this one's 18. This one's 18. But I will admit that Dawson, who is only 12, did help me package the DrZzs that we sold. Yeah, that's funny. I don't want to support these Chinese child labor shops, sweatshops. And then I'm running a sweatshop right here.
Joke's on you. I'm an adult. It's
That's
not
true.
technically a sweatshop.
That's true. I also told him, look, you're getting paid for this, and you're going to pay taxes on it because you're going to pay less taxes on it than I am.
Boo.
Oh, thank you.
One.
Thank you.
Wait.
If I ever go to China, bring Paul with me.
Daddy.
Paul
the
Hibbert?
The M&M is invisible. Hey, one.
Am I totally ignoring you? No, malware Microsoft. I don't see you. So we are totally, hey, Charlie's here. We are totally off topic right now. I think we're done with the topic, so we can go ahead and ask regular questions in the regular chat. The girls are here to sign off. I think they're probably ready. It's 7:15, so we probably should. But let me go back through. Let me finish these questions. Bitstream, yes. And Reese wants to do Bitwarden, surprise. Welbo was asking about the BHO no freeze, which I love. What's your favorite drink? Diet Dr. Pepper? You betcha. We're going to put examples on the GitHub. I have not put any examples on the GitHub for this Amazon Echo awesome thing yet, but I will. I did get squirrel. Do you have recommendations regarding wired motion sensors? Ooh, that's a good question. Transient. I don't have any wired motion detectors. I'm trying to think. I would expect if I was going to do a wired motion detector, I would probably do it as some kind of Arduino, just like an Arduino Mini or Nano, whatever they call them, something like that, and do it pretty simply, and then just have it MQTT into Home Assistant. But I don't know of any off-the-shelf wired motion sensors. There probably are some. Oh, that Milano, do you have that working, the microwave sensor on a D1 Mini? Because I tried it, and I could get the microwave sensor to work when it was attached to an Arduino, but I could not get it to work when it was attached to the D1 Mini or Node MCU. And I read a lot of different forums and posts and problems at the time, and it seemed to be associated with interference from the Wi-Fi communication on the D1 Mini. But you have it working. Well, the AM312, that's different. D1 Mini, AM312, yeah, William, that's what I got working. But I could not. Works perfect on 5 volts, huh? All right, maybe I'll try it again.
I'll show the second board. I can use the top thing.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Oh, okay. I'll just use the...
Let's see. Is it possible to connect the doorbell and the opening of the door with a sound via Sonos so that the Imperial March is played? Yes, it's possible. How?
Sick.
I'm not exactly sure.
Do it.
First step would be, have you been able to play the Imperial March on your Sonos through Home Assistant? Like, can you go to, it would probably be, I would go to Developer Tools, I would go to Services, and I would play around with like, it's going to be Media Player, Play Media, probably. Media Player, Play Media. And then your entity is going to have to be, hopefully you'll have an entity for your Sonos speaker. And then you'll have to put in here, like, here's Media Content ID, and you can put in a local URL for the Imperial March if you have it in your www folder. Or you might be able to find it out on the internet, and you could put a URL in there to point to it on the internet, possibly. And then you'll need a media content type, and that will probably be just music, would be my guess. So play with that and get that formatting right here so that when you hit call service, it plays that Imperial March. And that, to me, would be the hard step. And then after that, that would essentially become your action in an automation. And then the trigger would simply be your door opening or your doorbell button being pressed. Okay, but that's where I would start, if that helps. All right, that was pretty good. That was pretty good use of those live stream questions. When we do a Bitwarden stream, can we do it on the weekend? We're gonna do it the real Bitwarden Reese. It's possible. I will tell you that it's possible we might get to it on Sunday. Okay, but I did promise that it would be before the end of May if we don't do it this weekend. Okay, so Brendan had the RCWL0516. That's this microwave motion sensor working with a D1 Mini this morning. Okay. I need to try it again. I must have, maybe I didn't have a resistor in the right place. I don't know. I still have them. I still have those motion sensors. I can still try them. All right. You're also Bitwarden. Oh my goodness sakes. Malware Mike. I should have known Malware Microsoft. How many accounts do you have? Different D1 Mini? Maybe that might be it. Okay, let's do. I still couldn't get Bitwarden working, even following along with you. Gary, did you do the Nginx thing? All right, guys, thank you for subscribing. Whee! Am I doing a Memorial Day stream? No. Uh-oh. He learned. Jackson just learned again. He just learned his fingers some more. Do you know why when trying to trigger an announcement with notify.shemita, she won't say the announcement? There's a few reasons, possibly. Web, what can you share the service, the data that you're using? Is it in a? I know I had troubles in automations when I was. There was a couple things. One, if I was trying to announce it to multiple devices, multiple Echo devices, I had trouble. And it was very picky about the spacing, of the data, and you had data inside of data because you had to have, which type of announcement was it, or which type of notification was it, an announcement or was it text to speech, and where you had some of those things was very picky, and I had trouble with it. Ask, will you do another 12-hour stream? Yes. Oh, you guys answered. Yep. And today we probably backtracked a little bit, but we'll get there. Needs to average 75 Twitch viewers. He has 10 anyway. Let's see. Don't forget about the double brackets. Double brackets. Was that for that was for this thing, right? That was for if you wanted her to say magic things to you or say it in magic ways. In work at the moment, but could put something on Facebook next couple of days. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brendan, for helping out with that. Now, let's do this. Over how long? It's a month, yeah. We can look at it right now. Last time I looked at it, I think a couple days had fallen off. There were probably good days because our average had gone down. So let's go look at it. This is a silly thing. It's more of just like a meaningless achievement. I don't think it really makes much difference. It's just it showed up on Twitch as something that I was missing, and I was like, I want that. So if I go to my creator dashboard, I don't think this will give away any secrets, but get ready with your screenshots anyways. And over here, everything is so slow. You doing okay over there? Good man. If I go to Insights and Achievements, it'll tell us where we're at. I like the flasher that you've probably already forgotten. Yeah. No, I wrote it down. Nut Rewards Flasher. And I actually need to finish /check the paging system. So we're at 39. So that's about where we were the last couple of days. So today's will count. These things haven't been a problem. Streaming for more than 25 hours in a month, that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, if I keep up this way, the way I was streaming when I was only doing 2 hours every week, wouldn't qualify for that. Same here. I got to do at least 12 days out of 30, and then got to get the average up. But we'll get there. We'll get there. All the YouTube people need to go over to Twitch. There's a lot of good reasons to. If you're scared of Twitch, don't be. You don't have to watch Ninja play Fortnite or whatever. All right? Twitch views only count. Yep. If the picture is up and the audio is on, read that today on the Twitch somewhere. Read that today. Oh, okay. Oh, it only counts if the picture is up and audio is on. Oh, interesting. So you can't just log in and put it down. That's right. And he is on there. Trinity, thank you very much. Okay, we're going to do one more of these, and I am going to call up the monkeys for sign-off. You guys ready for sign-off? Thank you very much, everybody. Keaton, I know you're probably off having dinner or whatever, but thank you. Pooh, of course, thank you a ton. Sir Goodenough, Ikafar, so many homies. Thank you, guys. Thank you. But, Dr. Then Who, just when Dr. DrZzs was learning my name on YouTube, was a whole different name here. Yeah, I have no idea who you are. Bug got the buggy again. Oh, so Father Time was here. What did I do? I don't know. What did you do? Did you get timed out? Oh, what did you do? I don't know. You were helpful. How's the bug? Thanks, Violent Pooh, for asking, because Father Time usually asks that. I'll tell you what the progress on the bug, I haven't done anything personally, but I did help somebody else today. I went down to the junkyard and bought 2 more motors, pulled them out and all that stuff, and I don't think I would use both of them. I'm going to use one more of them for another project, for another car. And then I think I'll probably go to AC motors after that. So I figured an extra motor, and it was just sitting there. And I know that there's a lot of people that are wanting to do those DC motor out of forklifts for their conversions. So a guy contacted me that lived here in Salt Lake, and he came over and bought that motor. So he's gonna take it. It was a 78 midget. A 78 midget and a little convertible, and he's going to put that 11-inch forklift motor in it. So, should be a good time. All right, everybody can see? Okay, let's do... Okay, how do we want to sign off, girls?
We should do like
Star Wars.
No, Master Yoda.
Oh, we should sign off like Yoda?
As always, thanks.
Okay, as always... Watching, thanks for. Next time until. Adios.
Next time until.
That's pretty good. He says things backwards, right? Everybody sign off saying Bitwarden, 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 Bitwarden. I guess that's what I'm going to be working on when I'm offline now. Okay. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for being here. We will see you. Next stream will be Saturday morning.
What?
Take care. Adios.